What's going on, YouTube? It's finally that time. The time where I get to share with you guys a project that I've been working on for over a year to commemorate Bradley Reith's memory in the best way possible with a cigar that he would have loved that even looks a little bit biblical. And that's the Faithful Servant. I'm giving you a little sneak peek there at who we worked with on it. And along with the Faithful Servant is my cigar, the Good Soldier. And we're going to talk about these two cigars all next on the Zeal Cigar Review. Now look guys, this has been a long time coming, and you know, a man like Bradley Reith deserves a lot of he deserves a lot to be remembered by. And the best way that I could do that and remember Bradley Reith's legacy and everything that was built here in Zeal Cigars is by finding and creating the best cigar that I could find to represent Bradley Reith. And in my personal opinion, I think I did that with this little guy right here. So let me take it out of the wrapper and tell you all about it. And we'll talk about mine probably in another review. Now, what you guys are looking at here for the Faithful Servant, Bradley Reith's memorial cigar. This is a Nicaraguan Sumatra, Nicaraguan binders and fillers, and you know, with some tobacco leaf as the band there. I've seen a few of these over the years. There's a couple different people that have done it. The Amazon Basin obviously being probably the most popular one that's had this tobacco leaf kind of at the top. And I think I've seen like 2 or 3 more that have done it over the years. None of them smoke like this cigar, which is why I had to, when I tell you the story, once we get into this and I tell you the story on why this cigar was the one that I chose, who I'm doing the cigars with, the factory that I'm working with to make these, all that good stuff. And we'll talk about it all here in a minute, but I think we got to start talking about what you guys really want to hear about. And that's this cigar, the Faithful Servant. There's only one way to do that, and you know what we got to do. We got to cut light and smoke. I'm using my, got my old Calibri here. Dude, this thing, I love the color of this. We're going to V-cut it. Oh, yeah. Nice and smooth. Now, this is like the 3rd time that I've tried to shoot this video. It's one of those videos that I really can't be interrupted when I'm doing it. And unfortunately, when you're smoking a cigar down, that's about an hour of smoke time, give or take, right? I need a full hour of smoking this cigar uninterrupted. And I don't necessarily always sit in front of the camera and smoke it. I go up front and I do some work and things like that. But if I'm trying to do that in the middle of the day when the shop's busy, yeah, good freaking luck, man. So I'm here early today to try to get these done and get this shot for you guys. And so you guys can hear about these cigars. Oh, man. So I've smoked one the first day they were delivered, the second day, the 3rd day, and they just keep getting better and better. Right at the first light, almost like a bready, leaning kind of graham cracker, a little bit of some baker spice, not quite cinnamony, but you could get that from it a little bit, but I wouldn't necessarily say cinnamon, maybe more of a nutmeg. But yeah, right off first light, almost no spice or pepper, a light grassy note, but man, it is just bready, smooth, a little bit of creaminess. I'm pairing it with some Honduran coffee that QT had today. Man, this is a really good cigar. I mean, right at first light. There's a reason I chose this cigar to be the representation of Bradley Reith, who I feel was a faithful servant to God and Jesus Christ, and not only used his life but his business to spread that word, right? To spread the word of Jesus and basically be a disciple of God. And that's very hard to do in business. You know, and that's one of the reasons that, you know, he had the respect that he had from a lot of people, especially around, you know, Christians. Almost no spice, no pepper, creamy, smooth. I mean, just rich of flavor. The smoke just lingers. If you don't have any fans going, the smoke will just sit. There will literally I've smoked so many of these. I can tell you almost everything about them already. It's ridiculous how many of these I've smoked already. If you just smoke it without any fans going, there's literally like a layer that just sits in the room and you can see it just kind of sit there. It doesn't go anywhere. It just sits there. And from what I've been told, if a cigar does that, the tobacco's been fermented and aged at a really good point, right? So that just tells me I'm getting really good tobacco. And sorry if I, dude, it's allergy and sinus time here in Arizona. So I'm actually surprised I'm picking up as much as I am off of this cigar right now, because I came in today and I was like, oh God, I'm not gonna be able to taste anything. This is gonna suck. I've been trying to do this already for 3 days. Hopefully this is the one that finally seals the deal on the video that makes it to YouTube. If it doesn't, you'll never see this anyway. Man, it's good. Look, man. If I'm gonna put a stamp on a cigar and say this is the cigar that I'm making in commemoration of my mentor, my friend, my boss, my counselor, my spiritual leader, you know what I mean? Like, when I look at these things, and this is the man that I want to put something out there to represent, to represent him and to represent his legacy and what he built around Zeal Cigars, right? It's got to be one of the best cigars I've ever made. Now, cigars are subjective. There's going to be a lot of you guys out there that might not think this is the best cigar we've ever made. I'm telling you right now, this is one of the best cigars I've ever had made for us. It just is. It's one of the most balanced. It's one of the most any time of day smokes. It's still complex, but it's still smooth and creamy. I mean, it is hands down one of the. It's better than my cigar. It's better than my cigar. Okay, I'm saying that, and I'm biased because I love this cigar. This is better. It had to be better. It had to be one of the best cigars that I've ever put my hands on to put into Zeal Cigars. And I think this is. So, with that being said, let me tell you how this cigar came about. Man, I don't want to stop smoking it to even talk to you fools. You know, way back when, about 6 years ago, when Bradley first started Zeal Cigars, Craig Federici of Esteban Carreras was one of the first guys to kind of come in and say, like, yo, bro, I want to help you grow. I want to grow because I'm a small boutique company. I like what you do. How can we help you? And how can you help us? And let us know what you need. And Craig really took some faith in Brad and Zeal Cigars, and has been one of the best relationships that this business has had. I've been with Zeal Cigars almost over 6 years now, and now I own it for over a year, and that's been one of the best relationships that we've had to this day. Not to say that there's not a lot of other great relationships that we have, because we do, trust me. And, you know, about two months or so, it might have even been earlier than that. It wasn't too long after Brad passed. Craig Federici of Esteban Carreras stopped by. And, you know, he basically just sat down and said, I just want to come in and check on you, man. I want to see how you guys are doing. I want to check on Zeal Cigars. And I want to let you know that Uncle Craig is here for you. He didn't really say that. I'm going to call him Uncle Craig, though. Uncle Craig is here for you. Whatever you need, bro. Whatever you guys need, whatever you need to help grow, whatever you need to get back on your feet, if you need product, if you need this, you know, they were there. And they weren't the only ones, right? There were some other people that did that too. But this one kind of stuck because of how long the relationship was established. Esteban was one of the first companies that Brad started making house brands with. I'm not going to tell you which ones, other than these two. But yeah, man, we've been working with Esteban for a very long time, and some of your favorite cigars may or may not come from them. I'm not going to tell you. These will be one of your favorite cigars. I promise you that. And it comes from them. So with that being said, Craig Federici came in and he sat down in the lounge and we're just chatting, and he's like, hey, I just mostly want to check on you. But while I'm here, I do have some new cigars I want you to smoke. And he handed me a cigar, which we do have on the shelf, called the Soga de Oro, which I believe means rope of gold, or golden rope, right? And I looked at the cigar and I lit it up, and you know, I didn't really have this thought originally when I first lit the cigar up. But as I started smoking the cigar, something kind of happened, man. I had this like wave of like thought, this just smack in the face of just, yo. Like that's what I heard. I almost heard Brad. So I'd be sitting up front or doing something or labeling cigars, and he'd be in the back once he moved his desk all the way into the back here, and I would just hear, yo! Oh, allergies suck, dude. So I would hear like, yo, or bro, and I knew I had to go to the back because he needed to show me something, or he found something, or he thought of something, right? And I was just smoking this cigar, and I heard that, man, in the back of my head, just, bro, it's a great stick. And I just knew right away that, man, this was the one. So when I initially asked Craig, I was like, Craig, can we talk about something? And he was like, yo, what's up, bro? And I was like, I need this cigar. And let me explain why. And then I went into detail about, you know, wanting to make a cigar in commemoration of Bradley and wanting to name it the Faithful Servant and kind of the whole story behind it. And Craig was like, dude, I'm touched that you would want us to make that cigar. And I thought it was only fitting. Craig goes, you can't have it. I go, what do you mean I can't have it? I know it's your cigar. I'm not asking for that one. But he was like, you can't have it. And I was like, that sucks, bro. What do you mean I can't have it? And we had a little bit of a conversation, and he was like, well, you can't have that one because we only roll 50 boxes of 50 a month, and we set them aside for a year to age, and then we only release 50 boxes of 50 a month. So you can't have it. There's not enough of them. But he said, but I could do you something similar. Hence, became this little guy right here, the Faithful Servant. And it's perfect. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. Razor sharp burn. Well, my allergies are kicking my butt right now, so I'm going to step away, blow my nose, take an allergy pill, and I'll be right back to tell you guys how this finishes. Holy crap. This is bad. Holy moly. All right, guys, we're back here with the, getting into the middle of the second third, almost into the final third here, the Faithful Servant. I mean, as you can see, beautiful, 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 beautiful. I mean, it's such a good cigar. I mean, it's perfect with coffee in the morning. It's a very medium cigar. I would compare it to like the new CLE Habano, the Blue Cheese by Privada Cigar Club. Very similar kind of style cigar. Very medium, very easy to smoke. Anybody could smoke it. Light on the spice. Almost no pepper. Creamy notes, bready notes, little bit of like some woody notes. It's a really tasty cigar. And I've been sitting over there. I've been getting the golf sim ready because people have been asking me if I'm going to film any golf content using it. The short answer to that is yes. I'm actually getting ready to play Pebble Beach, and I'm going to try to only do it with 3 clubs. A driver, a pitching wedge, and a 7-iron. I should change that. I should go to a hybrid instead of the driver. It's more versatile. I don't know. We'll see. I got an Adams like recovery club I could use too as a driver. It's like kind of like a 3-wood almost. So you might see some of that nonsense. But for now, man, this Faithful Servant, it's such an incredible cigar. It's one of those cigars I can smoke any time of the day, but I would prefer to smoke it in the morning with a nice cup of coffee. It's so tasty. Plenty of smoke output. As far as the draw goes, if 1 to 5 is 1 being super loose and 5 being like so tight you can't get anything out of it, this thing sits right in the middle at about a 2.5. Perfect draw for me. There's some people that would prefer them to be a little lighter than this. But to be honest, if it's any lighter than this, I'd be smoking this thing so fast it would get bitter. I wouldn't be enjoying it as much. It wouldn't be burning as beautiful as it is right now. Even the Devil Doc himself, Bradley Reith's father, Lynn, approved of this cigar. That was a big win for me because he doesn't like a lot of the cigars manufactured by Esteban Carreras. But he likes this one. Yeah. I mean, it just lingers. It's just thick and lingers, man. I mean, it floats. I have no circulation going in the back right here right now for a reason. If I really want to smoke a cigar and I don't want to be bothered by anything and I really want to see how it smokes, I'll either smoke it outside in my back patio or I'll come into the back lounge in the warehouse, which is where I smoke most of my cigars for reviews. And I'll sit in the warehouse lounge over here that sits by the simulator and everything. And no AC on, no fans blowing, just me and the cigar. There's enough airflow back here that I'm not swimming through smoke, you know what I mean? But those are the ways that I smoke cigars when I'm really trying to test them, because one, when I smoke it back here, I want to see how the smoke sits. I want to see how it rises. I want to see how it looks. I want to see all that, right? And then when I'm smoking outside, I just simply want to see how the cigar smokes when I'm sitting outside. Because a lot of us on the West Coast and some of us down in the South, right, we're smoking outside a lot this time of year. Sorry, you East Coast and Northern guys. You guys are getting ready to get, in the tundra and be freezing and trying to find ways to smoke in your garage with some heaters on. But, or your local lounge. But here, man, we smoke a lot outside, man. It's too beautiful not to. So I always make sure I smoke something outside. And usually it's at home, which is where I would normally smoke outside. But yeah, it's such a good cigar. I can't wait to hear everybody's opinion on it. If you've had a chance to smoke it before this video popped up, which there's only a few of you, comment down below what you thought of this video, what you thought of this cigar, the Faithful Servant. And if you guys eventually do get a chance to smoke this, come back and tell me, what did you guys think of the Faithful Servant, the Sumatra, Nicaragua, made for us by Esteban Carreras in memory of the man himself, Bradley Reith. With that, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got some stuff to do, and I got another video to film a little bit later on my cigar, the Good Soldier, a Habano Oscuro with Nicaraguan tobaccos and some Ometepe in the filler. Catch that one in the next one. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.